Alright, welcome to my swing tip of the week, and this week we're looking at torque, trying to create as much torque in the body as we possibly can to encourage a bit more of a swing speed and a little bit more control, which will then give you more distance as well. And what we see with a lot of golfers is as they swing back, they tend not to rotate or try and keep the lower half as still as they can. They tend to slide or rotate as they go back to try and get the club all the way up, and they feel it's the only way they're really going to get to a 90-degree shoulder turn. So what we have is a massive drift across there with the hips, or a full turn with the lower half, which puts the pressure or the balance outside the right foot on the way back, or the trail foot. Now from there, what happens is as you have to start coming down, you require an excessive amount of body motion to get back onto the position or onto the golf ball as you come through. So what we've effectively done is shifted the ball so far forward, the body has to go and chase it. Now what we want to try and do is create almost like an elastic band effect. We want to try and brace the lower half, make it as firm as we possibly can, and start to twist the top so that when you release the top, it spins back to that neutral position that you started in. Now what we're going to do to get that, simply take a couple of the buckets at the range, stick them up behind your right foot, and the idea here is that you want to try and limit the lower half turn as much as you physically can. So for some that will be quite easy, for others they will require a fraction of a rotation with the lower half, but to keep the head still and to keep yourself over the golf ball, those buckets will stop you from sliding back, so you'll be able to create more torque, and then any rotation that occurs is straight back around the body, so that when you come back down onto the golf ball, you can increase your swing speed and get through the golf ball a little bit more. Now from that position there, you can see very little rotation with the lower half, trying to keep it as solid as I can to try and get a 90-degree shoulder turn, so that when I get to the top, the tension that wants to come out will release a lot faster through the golf ball and allow me to rotate those hips before impact, generating a bit of body motion as well, so that I can get a bit more power behind the ball. So what we've got to really try and do is when you're swinging up to the top of the backswing, try and get that belt buckle to point towards the golf ball as much as you can. For some of you, physical ailments, stiff bodies, all that sort of thing, we're all aware of that, so we need to try and make sure that whatever rotation you can achieve by creating a bit of torque, you might feel a little bit of tension in the lats, the back, or the thighs and upper legs. Any sort of tension that you build there that you can release or feels like it needs to be released quickly is great, but you need to try and create torque in order to encourage more swing speed and also more control, as the body will release back into the position it started in, which is exactly what we're after with a golf swing. So give it a go, load that lower half a little bit more, slow down the rotation on the way up to just encourage more tension through the body, and you'll be surprised at how much further and how much straighter you can hit the golf ball.